Hello, Mrs. McGuire. I'm Dr. Dye.
Hi there.
Hi.
I'm Dr. Robinson. How are you?
Yeah, it's gone very quickly. Intern year is kind of a blur just because you're here so much, and then you really get the chance to expand into your specific interests second and third year. And so, not that intern year isn't fun, but second, third year, since you're doing the procedures or specific things that you're interested in, it goes by very quickly.
I think the first year as an intern went slower, just because it's a big learning curve, but the second year has gone a lot faster. So I am kind of now seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. And at the beginning, I was like, man, I can't wait to be done and out in real practice. And now I'm like, want to cherish this last year with, all my co-residents before we all spread out across the country and go on to our next phase.
How are you today?
I'm doing good.
What brings you in?
Knee pain.
Okay, well, let's take a look at the knee. When did it start? Intern year, you're going to codes and rapids and starting the work on those. And I know other programs. The interns were doing the chest compressions during the codes and not running them. And so I think that's just one example of how we're thrown into the deep end, but during that whole time you've got your upper level there right over your shoulder, so while you're kind of thrown in, they've got a hold of you at the same time, and then you get the supervision by the faculty and other attendings that's close but at a distance, so you've got that room to do things on your own, but they're watching over you closely, so you don't feel like you're going to hurt somebody.
You do get thrown in, but you're not by yourself. You always have an upper level there to guide you and your faculty as well. So you do get thrown into the deep end, but there's others there to help you along the way. But yeah, we really get the full experience, even talking with fellow classmates from medical school that went into family medicine and kind of hearing what their programs were like. I feel like we get a really robust first year. It's very inpatient heavy, so you get a lot of patient volumes, and it's nice that we have the open ICU as well, because we get a lot of critically ill patients that we get hands-on management with. So the first year really kind of sets the foundation, and it was amazing my first night shift being a second year where I'm kind of helping this new intern now, and I thought back to my first night shifts as an intern and just the growth and how much medical knowledge you gain in that first year it's crazy to think about. I'm going to take a feel on your neck here.
All right.
Have you had a sore throat with any of this?
No, not really.
Okay.
I have allergies, so maybe it's something like that.
Okay. What about a cough?
No, not really.
Okay. Let's take a listen to your lungs.
I think Union and the faculty are great at letting us direct kind of our education or towards what our interests are. So I had a lot of interest in office procedures as well as colonoscopies and endoscopies. I'm going to an OB fellowship, and so I've gotten extra experience in that field. And so they are great at recognizing what we're interested in and getting us exposure to those things. Some residents are interested in POCUS ultrasound, and so they've gotten a lot of experience doing that. People who are more interested in the hospital-based medicine have gotten more experience than I did in that area, and so I think they're very open to us tailoring our education and experience towards what our goals will be in practice, certainly within reason, but I think that's been the biggest thing that I've noticed is I find out I have an interest in something and they make it happen right away.
So it really depends on the rotation that you're on, but the first year, most of your rotations are in the hospital, and the big rotations are inpatient medicine, inpatient pediatrics, OB, and then ER shifts mixed with some night shifts. So typical day is, 11, 12-hour work day. Rounding on patients in the hospital, you'll always have scheduled clinic days as well, so seeing your own continuity patients in your clinic here, following up on telephone notes and refills. Sometimes when you're on inpatient medicine or even on ER rotations, you'll get to do some procedures that come up. So it's pretty fulfilling. It's pretty well-rounded, I think, too. And it's interesting when you're on a certain rotation. You could be spending the morning in the ICU, and then in the afternoon you're in clinic and you're seeing newborns and a OB continuity patient, and then you go back to the hospital and you have a central line to do. So every day is different, and that's why I like family medicine.
She yesterday had a pretty thorough workup. They did venous Dopplers that were normal. I guess there was concern for a PE because they checked a D-dimer and it was elevated.
Anywhere you go is going to be a lot of work. I don't think we're necessarily more work than anywhere else. It's intern year's tough because of all the hours, but you learn a ton. I remember starting intern year thinking, how could I ever feel comfortable going off and doing this on my own, and I absolutely do feel comfortable now. Leaving, so I feel like they prepared me very well. I've gotten the education and experiences that I ever could have asked for, and I don't have any regrets or hesitations in recommending Union or coming here myself.
In larger cities, most of the family medicine programs there are going to be opposed, meaning that there are other residents in the hospital, ER residents, pediatric residents, OB residents. So that makes for a little bit of competition as far as getting to manage patients and getting your numbers. Whereas here at Union, the family medicine residency is the only residency. So we have all the access to patients in the ER, all the obstetric deliveries, all the pediatric patients, the inpatients. You'll never be short numbers here because the opportunities are endless.